Hi, I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig, and if you're like Callie and I, not only do you want to hit the slopes and listen to your music, but you also want to easily communicate with each other. Well, thanks to the Sena Snowtalk 2s, you can do that. Callie and I actually have a lot of experience with Sena because they've been making communication for motorcycle helmets for years, and Callie and I have been using them for years. So we were really excited to try these out on the slopes. Like I said, not only can you listen to music and answer phone calls and talk on the phone with these, but you can also communicate with the other person by connecting these through the intercom. It comes with an external mic, which also has advanced noise cancellation. So when you're flying down the slopes or in the backcountry, there's not a lot of wind noise coming through this mic. Touching on the intercom portion, how this works is that it wirelessly can connect up to 3 other intercoms. So it could be myself, Callie, and then 2 of our friends. So 4 people in the group total. It's very easy to connect everyone through the app. You can actually scan a QR code, and through that, you can then wirelessly connect everyone's intercoms. One thing to note is that they say it works up to 700 meters line of sight. Now that's about 760 yards. It's almost a half a mile. Callie and I did not have nearly that kind of luck with it. We had pretty good luck in a straight line distance where we could easily see each other. However, if we were in the woods and there was a lot of interference like this and we lost each other through line of sight, the intercom started to go in and out, and then it would eventually drop the other person. Or if we were going over a roller and again, out of line of sight, even if I was just over the roller, I would lose Callie on the intercom. However, as long as there was a line of sight, we didn't have a problem with that. Where I really see this working well is everyone these days seems to be filming each other. If you have a filmer and you want to communicate with them, this works great. Hitting jumps, dropping into a line, awesome. Or if you're teaching and you easily want to communicate with your student, again, these would work great for that. However, if you want to ski all over the mountain and you have someone else that's a quarter of a mile away on a different run through the trees and over 3 different rollers, these aren't going to work that well. The battery life I found is outstanding. They say up to 6.5 hours of talk time. I don't know exactly what that means. If they're saying if you are constantly talking on this for 6.5 hours, that's how long it'll last. But for a couple days of riding and using the intercom, we never had any battery life issues. They also charge in under 3 hours. Another nice thing with the charging is that they do offer this external charge point. So on Callie's helmet, you just have to unzip it a little ways and you can easily pull this out. On my helmet, all I have to do is un-Velcro it about 1 inch back. And again, I can pull this out and easily charge it without having to take out the speakers. One thing that I note with the battery life, I noticed that as the battery life was depleting, the intercom also did not work as well. So what we would get in the beginning for distance, if we were getting low on battery, it would start to come in and out for us. In my opinion, the speakers provide high quality, crisp sound. You're not gonna maybe get the same quality of sound that you'd get out of a $900 pair of Bose headphones, but for the price point of the Sena Snowtalk 2, I think that it is a very high quality sound. Something that's different on these that we've not experienced in the past is having this external microphone here. So it does plug into one of the speakers and then you actually run it out of the helmet and down onto your chin strap. Depending on your helmet setup can depend on how all of this routes. Callie tried this in a different position because of how her helmet was set up and tried it on the very outside here. She could actually talk to me and I could understand her. It was loud enough, but the problem is that it would rub on her jacket and it created a ton of noise whenever it hit her jacket. For me, under my chin strap on the inside of my jacket, this is exactly how I would wear it. She said that she never had any kind of an issue with it rubbing on my jacket or getting a lot of external noise. Also, with it being tucked inside my jacket, I could easily still talk to her while going down the slopes, and there was not a lot of external noise from the wind. Sena does provide 1 button on the right side, as well as 2 buttons on the left side. These are very large buttons, especially this one here. I can easily tap this with gloves or mittens on. The buttons on this side have a divider right through the center that is nice and raised. However, for me personally, I have this big rubber piece on the outside of my helmet that these speakers fit into. With thicker gloves on, I could not feel this divider, and I also couldn't feel these buttons. So I was blindly trying to push the buttons, which would turn the music up or down or also skip a song. This seems to really be dependent on the helmet that you have. Callie did not have as big of a problem as I did. What's great though is that the main functions that I found myself using worked fine because they were just the tap of this single button. I could either start the intercom or stop the intercom by tapping this button, or I could pause a song or play a song by a 1-second hold on this button. Something to mention about playing music and the intercom. You can't do both at the same time. So you can be jamming to your music, and then if you want to connect to your group or another person, you can tap that and it'll connect to them. Their music will then stop as well as yours. And then if you want to start listening to music again, you tap it again and your music will start playing and it'll drop the intercom for you. Also, speaking of dropping the intercom, if you are skiing, you go over that roller and the intercom does drop. Once you get back into a line of sight or your distance decreases, it will automatically pick up the intercom again for you and you don't have to sit there trying to pick it up on your own. Again, these are the Sena Snowtalk 2. If you find yourself needing to not only listen to music, but also communicate clearly and effectively with another person or up to 3 other people, then I would highly recommend giving these a try. We do have a link right below in the description if you'd like to purchase them. Also, if you have any questions about them or if you just want to leave us a comment, please do so below and we'll get back to you. We appreciate you watching. If you guys found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe. If you're wondering where we are or what we're up to, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Adventure Rig. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.